All right, hey everybody. Today we are doing a new light install for Lizzie's bike. My bike's currently in the shop, so when we get that back, we'll put one on mine too. But for now, we temporarily put this guy on when we did the lighting kit for Liz. So just a basic headlight setup. She already had switches with the kit that we put on her bike, but we knew we had a different one coming, so this just was getting the job done until we were able to get the new kit in. Let's take a look at the new kit. This is Rigid's new Adapt XE Ready to Ride Moto Kit. So we went ahead and went with a white number plate background. What's in the box is all this good stuff. So you've got your full front number plate with your light. You've got the mounting kit, comes with it, that's adjustable, has multiple positions depending on what angle is gonna work best for your bike. You've got all your mounting hardware, wiring harness, and then you've got your on-off switch and adapt switch for the light itself to go on your handlebars. So it's a fully complete kit. It's got everything we need. And what makes the Adapt Rigid so cool is that this actually has a GPS unit inside that about 30 to 90 seconds after you turn the unit on, once it links up with satellites, will actually adjust your light beam pattern based on the speed that you're traveling. So as you go slower, your beam pattern widens so you can see corners better. As you accelerate, it narrows and shoots further ahead in a tighter beam pattern so you can see further down the trail. So this is super rad. I can't wait to play with it a little bit and see how it works. Went ahead and pulled off Liz's number plate with the old light, taped off the wires for the headlight because we don't necessarily need those. And gonna have to go ahead from here and assemble the actual bracket for the lights themselves. So what it is, it's going to be 4 clamps on each side. Each one of these 4 clamps is going to attach around the front. Hi, Henry. Attach around the front fork bars up here, and then we'll be able to adjust the angle of the front light with this guy here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these assembled, get it on the bike. I think this is going to go pretty quick. Okay, so this guy right here, you gotta remove a needle nose pliers. What this is a magnetic reed power clip. So it's a pretty cool feature, depending on what light output you need from your headlamp. If you've got a lower watt system and your stator doesn't put out much power, you can leave this guy clicked in and you're only gonna you're running on 40 watts. Grab a pair of needle nose pliers, pull it out. It is magnetic and it has clips. You pull that guy out and it doubles your light output to 80 watts. So it's a pretty cool feature that you can do. I want miles power. Her bike's a 2020, it's a newer bike. I think we're gonna be able to have enough power and battery with the stator to be able to run this clip out of there. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in her bag so we have it with us. But for now, give us all the beans. So, as you can see by the assembly instructions here, we need to assemble this whole back plate beforehand. So I'm gonna go ahead and not bore you with the really long assembly on that, but basically you're just gonna connect the 4 of these clamps that go on your bars. These guys are going to get assembled facing out like that. So you basically assemble it all, get it all put together so that it's loosely on there. And then once we get it on the bike, we'll snug everything down and make it tight and get it adjusted for the bike. But for now, just got to pre-assemble the hardware backing plate so we can get all that ready to rock. All right, we went ahead and got the bracket on there. As you can see, her bike is got a little extra room in the front forks. Not quite a full-size bike, it is only a 140. But once you get everything tightened and snugged in, there's plenty of adjustment and all these nuts. So you're able to get this guy in there nice and tight. So I put it on, I put the height where I wanted the bulb. There's 4 bolts in the back of this bracket too that bolt in from the other side before you put it on. So you do want to test your height before you stick it on there. The shroud pops off. So now I'm going to attach the light, put the shroud on, and then start working on mounting the switch and wiring. All right, we got that guy mounted up on there. Looks pretty slick. Even without the bezel, the number plate around it, we are going to put the number plate on just because that's going to help protect some of the electronics behind it. You've got 2 screws here on the rigid light. You've got your main strength screw here, which is your pivot point, and then you've got your tightening for your adjustment on the back. So we're not going to put the number plate on quite yet. We're going to get everything wired up, and we'll put that on at the very end once we get the height adjusted where we want it. All right, easy peasy. We got our light switch attached, dapped on, off. It's got 2 Phillips head screws on the back side, and then we're going to run the wires down inside that whole mess there. Now I got to pull the seat off, get to the battery. We got this big old wiring harness. I'm judging by the way those are set up. It's just going to be matching up the colors. Pretty easy to do, but got to get the seat off to get to the battery to figure that out. So, all right. So we got our wires run up through here. We went underneath the fuel tank. I brought everything around to this side right here. We've got this extra room. Normally I wouldn't run that through there, but that's not going to be moving, so I don't have any issue with it there. That way I can tuck everything back and zip tie it out of the way when we're done. I'm an idiot and forgot to use the heat shrink on this one when I crimped it on. So that guy does not have any heat shrink. I'll have to use some black tape. These two I'll have to melt the heat shrink on, and then you just follow the instructions. Wire it up the way it says, your red to red, your black to your red and the black goes to ground. Blue is for an accessory that I'm not using, which is the kill switch on the handle. We have a kill switch for the bike, so we don't need that. And then you just follow the instructions wiring these guys up. So I'm gonna get it wired up, connected to the battery, and then we are ready to test. Adapt bar attached on. We've got the shroud on. We're gonna do a little test later to see how it looked at night, but super stoked to get it on there, give it a whirl, and see how it works. Not too bad, only took me, I'd say it took about 2 hours, but I wasn't rushing to get through it. So you could probably do it in about an hour, hour and a half if you were in a hurry, but looks good.